I fucking sound like I don't know what I'm on about. No, just fuck that off.
Hello my beautiful angel babies, and welcome back to my happy place. Here we talk about spirituality, mental health, psychic abilities and spiritual growth. I welcome you if you are new here. I invite you to subscribe and feel free to make this your happy place too. If you feel like planting a good karma seed, you know what to do. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe and share with your friends so we can reach as many angels that need guidance as possible. Okay, so today's video is, as you can tell by the title, we are talking cutting spiritual energy cords. Okay, before we get into today's video, I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a background story on my experience with spiritual cords. Okay, so I created a spiritual tie or a spiritual cord or energetic cord with a specific ex of mine, let's call him Blowfish, back in 2011 up until I finally cut the cord in September 2019. We had a very toxic and unstable type of relationship that lasted from 2011 to 2019. On and off. It was really chaotic. Okay, so with that said, today I'm going to talk about what spiritual cords are, how they are formed, and how to cut them if necessary. Okay, so what are spiritual cords? An energetic cord is an energetic connection between two people, almost like an umbilical cord attached from a baby to a mother. Cords create a pathway between two energy fields for a mutual energy to flow back and forth between the two people that are connected. Both of their life force energy will flow back and forth between these cords. Cords can enhance psychic abilities between the two people. For example, my ex and I would be able to telepathically communicate. For example, we would go months without talking, and one night I would feel this tremendous pain overwhelm my whole energy field, and I would cry, and that very night I would wake up to a phone call from him telling me that he could hear me calling him. It can be very draining, considering the way that it usually works is somebody is taking the energy and the other person is giving it. This usually happens either subconsciously or unconsciously. Typically, you would be in a very close relationship with somebody that you are energetically connected with. Saying that doesn't necessarily mean that it is a healthy relationship. More times than not, the relationship is built on the fear of abandonment, and it can be very draining and very toxic. Our energy cords are created through attachment. The neediness between the two is what keeps the bond stronger, bigger and tighter. As time goes by, this can become very messy, very draining, very toxic, especially when it comes to having a cord with somebody that you're no longer in a relationship with, which is basically what I experienced for years before I learned how to actually cut the cord. Okay, so how can we cut these cords? When I learned how to cut the cord, I was like gobsmacked at how simple this process was. Like, I went through years of torment. You know, he would just pop in and out of my life without being invited, like consciously. He would subconsciously call me, I would subconsciously call on him, and it was just so bad and negative, and it was all out of fear of abandonment. Like, we would go months and months without talking to each other, and then bang, we literally both have the same dream that night of each other. He calls me and tells me about this dream, and I've had the exact same one. Like, it's just not healthy, and it can control your life without you even realizing it. Okay, so step one on cutting your cords is to take a few deep breaths, close your eyes, and visualize yourself holding the cord in your hand. While you've got these energetic cords in your hand, you then pray to whoever you pray to, ask them to provide you with the golden scissors to cut these energetic cords. In your mind's eye, visualize yourself cutting the cords. If they wrap back together again, cut them again. If you feel you need assistance, call upon Archangel Michael to help you with his sword. After you have cut the cord, if you feel like you have empty energy space within you, you can visualize a bright white healing light filling up those spaces. Give thanks in prayer for the cut of the cords and the emotional freedom that it will give you. I will have a specific cutting cord meditation linked in the description box below. If this is something that you feel you need to do, feel free to use it every time you feel like you need to cut an emotional cord. Now, before I let you go, I did want to quickly mention one thing. Just because you're cutting the cord doesn't necessarily mean that your relationship with the other person is over. You can cut a cord in hopes of bringing a new energy and light into a relationship. If you feel like you don't want to end the relationship, you can still cut the attachment cord, and hopefully there will be a domino effect, which will then bring a new environment into a relationship, and you may see your partner reciprocate this energy. In circumstances where you just want the other person to be gone, like it was for me, then I can vouch that it definitely does work. It will take some time, but you will find yourself thinking less and less of them. The mental calls won't be as loud and as controlling and forceful over your energy field and your mind and your soul. I can definitely say now, how long has it been? 11 months, nearly a year. September will be 1 year since I cut the cord. It definitely does not control me anymore. This is the first video I've actually filmed about this blowfish, whereas I've wanted to film so many videos and speak about my story, and I just could never do it because I just felt an overwhelming feeling of anxiety every time I would get on camera to talk about that relationship. So yeah, I can definitely say that this whole energy past relationship that I experienced does not control me anymore, and that is huge considering I literally went 8-9 years back and forth with this person, like in and out of other relationships, and it was just torment and torture, and it was really bad. And I know that it was a karmic connection that we had, and we had to be together to learn specific lessons about ourselves and about the world and how it works. So I am grateful that it happened, but I am also super grateful that it no longer has power over me. Okay, my beautiful angels, that's all I've got for you today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.